What's up, everybody? Sorry about the crazy lighting, you guys. There's a foot over there, too. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, what's up, everybody? Let me know when you guys get into the chat. We have a lot to talk about as far as all the new updates and speculations about what is going on with Brian Laundrie and his whereabouts. What's up, guys? I just saw you guys on my other live, so thanks for coming back. Hey, is it Melissa? I like that spelling. Susan's back. Joanna's back. What's up, guys? Kelly's back. Awesome. Yay. Okay. Totally miss you, Joanna, for sure. Okay. Yes, Alexandra. So there has been a whole so many different speculations. Some are like, to me, just pure insanity, and I'm like, what is going on? And then some I'm like, well, anything could happen. We really don't know. Where is this guy? Why have we not found him yet? And it's crazy to me that he is just, if he's still alive, which I think that he probably, I don't know. It's hard to say. Is he still alive? Why is he so hard to find? But Alexandra brings up a very good point. I don't know if you guys have seen the interview with the hiker. I should actually post it on my Instagram. It's kind of longer, but basically a hiker up at the Appalachian Mountains came across a guy. It was like, I believe it was, correct me if I'm wrong, Alexandra, if you know. I believe it was like 12 a.m. So it was pitch black outside. He couldn't really see anything, but he came upon this guy in his truck, and the guy in his truck was like waving him down, like trying to get him to stop or whatever. And he basically just needed directions to California. He told this hiker guy, he said, I need to get to California. My girlfriend, he said something about a girl, he needed to get back to his girlfriend or something. And so, yeah, like, so he was just kind of like, oh, well, you can go here, you can go this route or this direction to get back, whatever. And he didn't really even think about whether or not that was Brian at the time. But he said that as soon as he got done talking to this guy was, by the way, in a white truck. He didn't know what kind of truck it was, other than it was white, and he thought maybe it was a F-150. But anyways, after he was done talking to this guy, he quickly like Googled Brian's picture, and he was like, he says he is 99% sure that that was him, that he had just spoken to Brian Laundrie. And so that's kind of crazy, right? So he called, and so there's some 911 calls out there of this guy, this hiker. I wish I knew his name. I don't remember his name. But there's 911 calls of him calling in and just basically telling his story about how he just saw him and that he's pretty much 100% sure that it was him. And anyways, they have followed up with him. And the last I heard, the FBI had just sat down with the hiker, and the hiker guy said that they were all taking notes and that he felt like the FBI was taking him seriously. So I don't know if they have search crews up at the Appalachian Mountains where he was or what, but for some reason they are stuck at searching. And obviously we don't know everything, but they have been stuck searching at the Carlton Reserve in Florida, and with no leads, no nothing. And people are now worried that this is going to become a cold case because they haven't been able to literally find anything, like no evidence, they haven't found nothing. And so really, hopefully it doesn't turn out to be that way. But like, how is this guy, if he's still alive, how is he still like out running? I mean, he did have a huge head start, but I just feel like there's so many eyes out there that are watching for him. Like, how does he get away? Yes, they were near a parking lot for one of the Appalachian trailheads. Still not been found. If he's alive, he must have help or superpowers. Seriously, like, how is he still not found? Courtney, I've read that too, but there hasn't been anything like proven that she was pregnant at all. I think people are just speculating on that. The Criminal Minds is me says he's been in a backyard the whole time. The parents are trying to throw off the FBI. Okay, that's so funny because that's kind of, Alicia, what I titled my video as, because this is a theory that has been going around like legit on TikTok and different platforms. I don't know if you guys have seen that drone footage of the drone going in like over the backyard of the Laundries, so the parents, and they're out there gardening in their like little homemade garden or whatever. And everyone, I just think it's funny because I don't really think that this, at this point, it's like anything could happen. But me personally, my opinion, I don't think that he's in the garden or in some underground bunker like people are saying. But people are posting pictures, and they're slow-moing videos of like the mom like messing in the garden, and then they like swear they can see a hand like pop up out of the garden. Like, this is creepy stuff, you guys. But they're saying they think they can see a hand pop up to grab something. Sometimes I feel like we're pulling at straws and making it a bigger thing than it is. But it is very interesting to see what people are saying and thinking because I don't know if you guys saw the picture that I posted in the thumbnail. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone and I'll show you guys. But how people are, why they think there might be some sort of underground bunker that he's in. Let's see. Brian Laundrie. Let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think? You think he's in the garden? That would be so weird if that ended up being the case. Okay, so if I can find the picture, I could show you guys. Okay, let me just show you this picture. Okay, this is funny because it kind of shows. I wonder if I can get it big enough for you guys to see. Okay, maybe. Okay, so you guys see this? It's kind of in my. You can't really see the hand. Okay, so a lot of people are saying because of this thing, this kind of looks like it's like an underground bunker. And then in this, you guys can't really see it very well, but they've basically screenshotted the part, like the corner. You can't really see it, but you guys can go online and look this up. They basically screenshotted the corner of the garden where they felt like the mom was handing him something, and everyone's saying it's a hand. Like, look, it's like hand ? Oh, maybe if I turn my brightness down a little bit. Let me see. A little bit more. Let's see. You see how it says like hand? And then you can see just like a tiny little thing. To me, it's kind of a stretch. I don't know. Yeah, Jeff says the garden theory is crazy. If it was true, the Laundries wouldn't interact with the garden during the day. Yeah, it seems a little bit, and that's the funny thing too, Jeff, is they were literally, people are saying because when the parents saw the drone, because I don't think they were expecting a drone to be there, but when the parents saw the drone, they like took off back inside. Like the dad like hurried and pointed at it, and they dropped their hose or whatever and ran back inside. So people are like, he's under there, he's in the garden. So it's pretty weird stuff, you guys. Oh geez, I think so too, Tammy. So Tammy says, she's like, I'm not trying to be funny, but my friend's boyfriend looks just like him. I feel like he has a lot of lookalikes. It's so true, you guys. How many people have reported that they have seen him or have pictures or snapshots? I mean, heck, even the FBI agent. So I don't know if you guys know this. I've been updating my Instagram, so if you guys follow me there, you've probably seen it. But the dad, Chris Laundrie, went out with the FBI yesterday to go help search, whatever that means. But the FBI agent that he was with, I might still have the picture on my phone, looks exactly like Chris Laundrie. And it is freaky, you guys. It is so weird. Let me see if I can find. Oh, I have the TikTok. Oh, no, I do have it. Okay. Okay. Oh, no. Hold on. Shoot, did I delete the picture? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, let's see if you guys could see this. Okay, this right here, this is the FBI agent, you guys. This is Brian Laundrie. First of all, why is the dad smiling? And then why is he so happy? That makes me angry. You should not be happy right now. But anyways, everyone's just saying like how much this FBI agent, and again, I don't think this is Brian, obviously, but look how similar they look. And even their beards are like cut like it's kind of weird how many people look like him. It's insane. I don't understand it. Um, yeah, I don't think it's a person based on what I've heard. Florida is so wet, and so the minute you dig, you hit water. Yeah, I've heard that too. Like Florida doesn't have a lot of places where there's basements and stuff like that because of the water levels. I guess I don't know. So many lookalikes. It's eerie. Totally. I think they are in two areas and not telling us. Colby, that would be the smart thing, right? For them to maybe make us think they're looking at the Carlton Reserve, but they're actually other places looking for him. And I kind of feel like the Dog the Bounty Hunter. What do you guys think? I feel like his search has kind of died out a little bit. Like I haven't really heard much unless they're purposely being quiet. And I had mixed things with Dog the Bounty Hunter. A lot of people were like, he's gonna get him, he's got it, this is Dog the Bounty Hunter. And then other people were like, this guy's a lunatic. Like, what is he thinking? So it's like, to me, you either love him or you hate him. Okay, Stephanie said the FBI found physical evidence in the swamp area in Florida where they got drone footage showing the white van and black SUVs. Oh, I didn't know that. I hadn't heard that. Do we know what they found? Garden theory is crazy. There's Umbrellina. Oh, she's just carrying her head. Wow, not creepy enough. Ay, ay, ay. Garden theory is crazy. If it was true, the Laundries wouldn't interact with the garden during the day. Yeah, I think I read that. Could Brian be in an alligator belly? Jeff, he could be very much so. And in that case, I don't feel like we would ever know. Like we will never know if he's alive or dead or what. If they had recently, first of all, what is that thing in the middle? Does anybody know? I'd be curious if anyone knows what the middle, because I feel like that's what a lot of people are basing their thing on. Here, let me show you the picture again. Ah, shoot. Okay. This thing. So you have, I'm just pulling this up from the internet. So you have the garden here, right? Where they say they saw the hand. And then this thing right here, what is that? Because is it like a fire pit type thing? But people are saying because of the thing that comes out that's like right here, it's like some sort of underground something. I don't know, you guys. It's kind of weird. Yeah, you guys, totally prayers for the Petito family. They have been everywhere, like trying to discuss this and get the story out. I don't know if you guys have seen the Dr. Phil episode, and they've just kind of been everywhere and trying to get the word out because I know they want Brian to really turn himself in if he's still out there. Why couldn't Sky be a red? Seriously, or have unique looks? He has too many lookalikes. So many lookalikes. And then the pictures you see of the lookalikes are like these grainy, like you can kind of make it out, not really, It's so weird. He definitely needs to turn himself in for sure. I think they're searching where the hiker said he saw him, but not saying so they don't tip him off. Yeah, let's be honest, you guys. The FBI, they can't tell us everything. Otherwise, word gets out, and then he takes off. So, that is an underground bunker. Is it? Because that's kind of creepy. So. But seeing your pic of the cop and Chris Laundrie laughing, and wow, did it look like Brian? So much so that like even their beard lines, like how their beards grow in, was so eerily similar. But someone did message me on my Instagram, and they said that maybe they purposely got like an FBI agent who kind of looks like Brian, so that they can kind of like soften up the dad and get him to maybe talk more or something, or I don't know. Which could be a tactic. Who knows? Yeah, their lawyer knows something. I totally agree. Like their lawyer seems shady to me. I love Dog the Bounty Hunter. I pray someone finds him quickly. I do too. I really hope so. I would hate for this case to just completely go cold and the Petito family not get any answers. Like that would just be so sad. If Brian was missing, his parents would be more upset and trying to find him. They have have to have contact with him or they were just weird parents. Yeah, and that's the other crazy thing. So much since my last video. But as of right now, we know that the parents, number one, lied about the day that Brian left. They originally had said that he left that Tuesday. Well, we just found out a couple days ago that he actually left on Monday. And then what was the other thing they lied about? Well, the sister had lied about the camp not seeing Brian, although she tried to kind of clear it up and clarify what she meant because she did an interview with the press or with some protesters who were out front in her yard. And so she did try to clear that up, but her sister was with Brian on the 1st. He came to her house, and then I believe on the 6th, they were at the campgrounds together. And she said, that's what's weird to me, is she said, like the people outside asked her, like, oh, well, did you ask him about Gabby? And she's like, no, I had kids around. Like her name didn't even get brought up. And in my mind, I'm like, why would you be worried about kids being around just by like bringing up your fiance? That's not a weird thing to bring up around kids unless you know something. So that to me was kind of weird that she was like saying that. You know what I'm saying? So she's a little shady to me. I think she's ultimately giving half truths. I think she's telling some parts that are the truth, and then some parts she's leaving out and not saying everything. So it's kind of lame. Yeah, Charles, that would be insane. Yes, Alexandra. How do you sit and have s'mores? She said they were there from like for like 6 hours. I think she said they were at the campground. It was her kids, and it was Brian, and then the two parents. Like, how does Gabby, the person that he's like gonna be married to, does her name not come up at all when they just went on a country road trip? And not only that, but the sister had to have known that he came home early. They weren't supposed to come home until the end of October. So she had to have known he came home early. So she didn't ask him. Like she wasn't like, why are you home early? Where's Gabby? Like she didn't ask any of that. That seems a little shady to me. I doubt that. I don't know why letting the dad help at all has to do with Brian. Yeah, so basically what the lawyer said, that the reason why Brian's dad went out there was to see if he could recognize or show maybe some trails that Brian went on frequently. Um, but I don't even feel like he was really even out there very long for it to really make much of a difference. So it's kind of weird. The whole family does. I agree, Joanna. I'm like, what is going on with this family? Like, at least talk. Like, when I hear interviews from the Petito family, especially the Dr. Phil interview, and how when they got back early or they hadn't heard from Gabby for so long, and their family just started calling the Laundrie family like multiple times over and over again, text messages, phone calls, all of these things, trying to get a hold of them to see if they've heard anything, if they know where Gabby's at. And they got nothing back. Like the parents never text them back. The parent, nothing. They like never responded, never did anything. And I just think that is horrible. That in itself, to me, makes those parents horrible people. You don't just not answer people's phone calls when you have a kid that you don't know what is going on with them. And if you know something, you better tell them. It's so sad. And Gabby lived with them. Exactly right. And Gabby totally lived with them, and they were still being like that. It's like, do you not care for her also? I believe what Cassie is saying, but she can't say too much because she's being told not to talk about certain things. Yeah, that's true. She did say that the FBI asked her not to speak. So she actually, with her coming out and speaking, she was going against what the FBI had recommended her not to do. Right, exactly, Alexandra. Cassie also saw him when he flew home for a week to empty the storage unit. The whole situation is weird. He left Gabby alone in an unfamiliar place for a week. Yeah, that is so weird too. This case makes me want to scream.
I can't tell.
Totally, me too. I know, you can't tell in that picture. Not at all. Seriously, Jeff, that's an understatement. The Laundries are definitely the worst future in-laws ever. The worst. I just feel for the Petito family. Like, even seeing, if you guys haven't seen the Dr. Phil interview with them, you guys got to go watch it because they're just like, we just want the closure. Like, we want him to be found alive. We want the closure. We want answers. And they deserve that. They absolutely deserve that. Charles, do you think they helped with Gabby's death? That would be insane. Yeah, people like the Laundries care about no one. Yeah, I literally have no sympathy for them. I just posted a video on my Instagram of neighbors who were in their yard tonight, and they were putting up a big poster billboard type thing in their front yard with the poster facing their house of Gabby, and it said, "Remember me" or something like that, which I'm like, good, put that there. You guys, yeah, let's remind them about this girl who was literally murdered, and it was probably their son. We still don't know how she passed, though. They still have not come out with the details for that. Yeah, that's true. RJ says, with all these sightings, and there has to be hundreds of them, you would think someone would take pictures or follow him till help came. You would think. I'm like, all these leads that people are getting, these photos, different things. It's like, come on. Yeah, the Dr. Phil just broke my heart. It's so sad. Why can't they arrest the parents? They don't have anything on. That's the problem. It's like they literally, they have nothing on anybody. Is it possible that Brian lied to his parents and they believed it? I mean, anything's possible. He could have totally lied to them or whatever, but as soon as things start seeming very sketchy, I mean, I would assume that his parents asked questions. And me personally, based on how they reacted to like not speaking to Gabby's parents and not speaking to police and like lawyering up so quick, makes me believe that they know more. I think the FBI has the autopsy results, but is not releasing them yet because they want to find him first. Yeah, so I don't think those will be released for a little while. Yeah, because if they put out the autopsy, the reward goes up and they want to find him. I just hope, you guys, I'm hoping and praying they find him. Even if he is dead, like at least just find him just to give some sort of closure or some sort of, Oh, I heard they're not going to say the results of the autopsy until they find Brian. Hundreds of missing kids, and you guys only care about these white people. Oh, goodness. They know more. I was hoping Dog the Bounty Hunter was. I know, and Colleen, I kind of feel like Dog the Bounty Hunter has gone silent, So I don't know if that's on purpose. I've been kind of following Dog the Bounty Hunter's daughter's Twitter account because she posts updates on there, and they've gone a little bit more quiet. So my people heart always wants to believe the best in people, but I just can't do it with this. I have to go with the gut feeling. Also, I just can't give the Laundries the benefit of the doubt here. It's so hard, right? It's so hard to give them the benefit of the doubt. No, it totally makes sense. You do. I mean, naturally, right? You want to, okay, well, this could have happened, and this maybe it wasn't so much. Like you try to play out those scenarios, but everything just looks so like, oh, not good. Just how they're reacting to everything is what does not look good. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, there are thousands of missing children, and the news definitely needs to push those cases. You hear the news complaining about it, but they're the ones reporting it. So that's out of people's hands. I know that Gabby's parents pushed really, really hard to get this story out there to as many people as they can. And they totally agreed that. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the press conference where Gabby's dad was literally like, it's up to you guys, like pointing to the reporters, like it's up to you guys to get the missing person cases out there. And I totally agree. I think there should be more emphasis on missing people. Children go missing all the time. Like, just look at what this one case with everybody kind of getting involved with the social media stuff and being able to help how they can. I feel like has pushed this case so much more. I know it's probably not feasible to get every single missing person's face out there like to this extreme just because there are so many. But if we could do more, like, yes, please, like that would be amazing. Yeah, but let's be honest, Stephanie, the news is where like that's literally how people hear about things. So between social media, the news, and so it's like we can be as loud as we want, but if there's no coverage on it, there I mean it's hard. It's hard to get it out there. So totally, Alicia. Social media, yep. Like so if you guys see posts of miss, share the crap out of it. Share the crap out of it. Yes, thousands are missing. Every case needs this covered. Maybe this case will bring light to all cases. Yeah. And like I was saying, like I really loved that Gabby's dad was very much like, you guys, we should be doing this for every missing person. And he's like, he was totally on board for that. And I really loved and appreciated that. Yeah, I don't watch the news. Yeah, I try not to either. Let's be honest. It's depressing. It is depressing sometimes. Yeah, I do think that there is a weird skewed focus on what the news focuses on. I wish there was more of a focus on missing people and sex trafficking and all of these big huge issues that just we just don't hear about all the time. But regardless, I'm grateful and happy for, I mean, happy for Gabby's family that they were able to get this pushed out. So any case that gets pushed out like this, I'm not going to be bitter about it. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, why did this case get it and this one didn't? You're just grateful for any case of missing persons or whatever gets pushed out so that they can get, the family can get the help that they need in finding, you know, their child or the person who was involved. Brian's parents saw Gabby's van with Brian driving it and no Gabby 2 months too early. That's huge red flags. Yep. What did he say? She left him for someone else. And why? Yeah. What would he say? Like, that's exactly right, Jeff. Like, what would he say? I have no idea. Very depressing. Yeah. I think we can all agree on that. If the van was Gabby's, why doesn't her parents have it? Last I heard, Tammy, was that the FBI had it. I don't know if they've given it back or not, but I think initially that was the reason why the FBI was able to go get it, because it wasn't Brian's, it was Gabby's. And so I think the parents were able to give them permission to take the van. Yes, S. Wilson. I watch YouTube instead of news. Much more families that make me happy instead of drama. Ugh, totally. Yeah, it's everywhere, Peggy. And it is, like I said, I'm glad. I mean, that's amazing for the Petito family for this case to be pushed out. And there's a lot of other cases that have been pushed out. You know, as you guys know, we hear about them here and there, but I do wish, for sure, I always wish that could be like tenfold and just keep it. Hey, Mrs. Rusty, new here. Is there a news article about Brian being in his backyard? I don't know if there's necessarily a news article, but it's just kind of going all over social media with people making videos about seeing a hand come up from the garden and stuff like that. I kind of feel like it's far-fetched, but I don't know. Some people like to take it and run with it. And then at the same time, who knows? Anything's possible, right? Doggies wanted, yeah. Danny just got home, so the dogs were barking as he walked in. I think John Wells brought attention. Oh, that's sad, Sherry. Since May? Wow. Totally. S. Wilson, I totally agree with that. I think that is one thing that this has brought to light is the victims of abuse for sure. Yeah, Mrs. Rushy, why not? Right? Let's rule out every possibility. So, man, maybe they have. Someone go search the garden. Go see if you can see a hand. Like people were comparing it to Saddam Hussein, how he was like in that underground bunker, and it was just like a little. I don't know how big the bunker was, but it was just small. So some people were comparing it to that and just like it's possible. It has happened before. So, um, maybe Brian killed those two girls in the same camp around where he was. Yeah, so I heard that those two girls were in Moab and they were in the Grand Tetons. So they've ruled that out. But honestly, guys, so many people went missing in that area. It does seem kind of strange. I know, Kelly. It's so true. As social media changes our world and less of us watching the news, you would think we as a country could find a better way to make missing people a bigger platform or a way to solve the issue. I wish. I mean, that would be amazing. Like how do you get millions of people on board with that? I would love that. Yeah, exactly, Colby. And I think we're all having a harder time trusting what's being put out there. So it's just so hard because you're left to kind of navigate it on your own. Yes, Alexandra, I did hear that about Dog the Bounty Hunter. He literally left his honeymoon to go look for Brian, but I don't think they've found any like real leads that have led them anywhere unless they're just like being tight-lipped right now. I don't get how the cops wouldn't have searched the whole yard already. Well, the FBI did go in there that one day, remember? They went into the laundry home and they were searching it and taking a bunch of things out. But just the fact that they haven't arrested the parents or they haven't brought any more charges to Brian or anything like that, like it's telling me that they're coming up with nothing. Like they haven't been able to find anything. That's what it seems like. Oh, Alicia, you know what? I think I've heard of that too. She says, I've seen a case where they had kids hiding in walls of the house behind dressers. So you never know. That is very true. That is very true. I actually remember hearing that. Stuck in Canada and it's like 9-hour flight to Florida. Oh, sheesh. We posted today or yesterday that they caught the killer of those two girls, showed a picture. Did they for reals? I did not see that. See, this is what I'm saying though. It's like I didn't hear that. You don't hear anything about that. You know what I mean? Does anyone remember their names? I think it was crap. What was their names? See, that's what they should be common names, until we can find at least until we can find what happened to them. Kelly, I agree, but the social media platforms can control what gets pushed through the algorithm. Unfortunately, they don't push the things that should be pushed. Amen, Callie. Yeah, but did they search the bunker? I don't know. If it is a bunker, I don't know. That's just people speculating. So who knows? It does feel like that, right? Like, I don't know. Like, are they wasting time in this swamp that they're looking for? Yeah, Brian, the Appalachian. So the thing to me that makes me feel like they might be looking in the wrong spot is that hiker that said that he was like 99% sure that he ran into Brian in the Appalachian Mountains. Are we searching there? I hope that they are because this guy sounds legit. Like he was pretty dang positive that that was who he spoke to, which is huge if that's the case. Because I mean that gives them a definite spot. Yeah, seriously. Does the parents think that this can go on forever? What kind of life? And like, do they hold any guilt? Like, I almost feel like there's no like nothing. Like, at least the sister has spoken out. Like, at least she's come out and talked and answered questions and things like that. Like, I'll give her that because the parents have done literally zero. Nothing. Mark my word, they will look at the house soon with all this going around. I hope they do. Why not? Let's just start eliminating possibilities. That's so true, Callie. Like they should make Kelly, they should make the algorithm. They know how to work the algorithm so it pushes certain things, you know? But they won't. It's just like honestly, you guys, we do YouTube over on Phillips Fan Bam. And a lot of the times, I'm sure a lot of you guys who watch a lot of vlogs, the things that get pushed out, which we just hate, are those videos that are the drama videos. And it's always that stuff that gets pushed up or like really extreme things. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the same with everything else. But it's because that's what people watch. So it's literally us who we need to decide what we're going to watch, what we're going to push out, what we're going to share, what we're going to hit the like button on. You know what I mean? Because all of those things help, make the algorithm switch. But the Appalachian Trail is so big, so searching there would take weeks. Yeah, it is, and it crosses a few different states, so it would. But the fact that there was a specific spot that guy saw him, I mean, maybe that could help. But also, if that was Brian that he saw, he's in a truck. He's not even on foot like we would think that he was. He was literally in a truck, which where did he get a truck? If that was him. Isn't the hiker the second person to spot him and talk to him? I thought there was another person that said they talked to him. I don't know if anyone's talked to him since he's been back, but I know there were people that had like talked or saw him or whatever before everyone knew it was like a thing. Ridiculous what gets recommended to me. Yeah, Kelly, it's frustrating. Trust me. I know all about how frustrating that is. Because then at that point, like, then everyone's just trying to outdo each other in the drama, like, his leg fell off, or, it's crazy. I could go on for days about it, but I won't. You think they would look for the truck. Yeah, but the problem is with the truck is he didn't really get a good description of what kind of truck it was. He said he thinks maybe it was a F-150, and that maybe it was white. He couldn't really tell because it was dark. He said it was white or either like a lighter color. Because you can't really tell in the dark if it was like, because if it was like a gray or something, maybe it would come out the same. Oh, Crystal Turner and Kylie Scholl. Okay. I wanted to see if I could look up. Sorry, I'm trying to see Crystal. Kylie Scholl. Because how heartbreaking is that? Trying to see if there's any information on if they caught. I'll have to search on that. Let's see. I'm going to leave this open so I can look later. There was a guy in Montana that claimed to have seen him at a restaurant or gas station, probably on the way home from Wyoming. Oh, okay. Appalachian Trail also has buildings all along the trail for hikers to stay, and there are like 20-something buildings along the trail. Ooh, I wonder if they have any sort of like cameras, like nature cameras or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right, Peggy? Like, that's exactly right. Like, there are a lot of people saying that, like, oh, I would protect my son too, blah, 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 blah. And hey, I guess, I mean, if you think, if you want to protect your son from that, then I don't even know what to say about that. Me personally, you do that, you pay the consequences. Sorry. Not that it's not heartbreaking for them, of course, but yeah, you don't cover for them. Is this someone created a group that only blew up, posts things about like missing people? I know, Kelly. I've really thought about with this channel maybe covering missing person stories, like just to get the word out. I mean, this isn't a huge platform yet, but I have like a lot with this case. I have thought about doing that, and then just talking about missing person cases, the last time they were seen, like things like that, and then getting that, and hopefully hope the algorithm will push it out. So I have thought of doing that on this channel, which I may still, just to feel like I'm doing some small part in it. You know what I mean? The hiker said no one in authority called him back, and he called the FBI and local police. Not until the media got involved did they call him. Yes, Linda. Yep, exactly. Like, which I think was so smart of that guy to get on social media and say, I saw him, I talked to him. I'm like 100% sure, because you're right. He did call multiple times. I think he said he called like 911 3 times. He called the FBI. Like, he was trying to really get it out there that, hey, look, I saw the guy. Like, I am 99% sure that it was him. And with no response. And then he finally jumped on social media and was like pushing the word. So social media works great for things like this. So good on him for doing that, because he was finally able to, I think, just recently sit down with the FBI and have a conversation. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, S. Wilson. It's a starting point, no matter how big the following is at the start. Yeah, exactly, Kylie. And that's kind of been my thoughts with it too. So that might be something that you guys see here in the very near future, is maybe just some videos of me covering some missing person cases and stuff, just to get the word out there. And then if I do, I mean, share the crap out of it, you guys, honestly. And I know that there's other YouTubers out there that do the same thing, where they cover missing person cases. If you see them, share the crap out of them. That's the only way. How did the mom and dad know to move the car from the swamp areas? Yeah, I don't know. All I know was there was a note on the car saying it was going to be towed, but yeah, how, I don't know. There's so much that if the parents would just speak out, there's so many answers I feel like we could get and kind of start piecing things together. But maybe the FBI knows. I mean, I'm sure they know some things that we don't, even from the parents. You know what I'm saying? That is awesome, Alexandria. Go ahead. Why don't you leave your podcast? I would love to listen to it. There's a white truck near the crime scene that looked like Brian's parents. You're right. You're right, Charles. I don't know. I honestly would be curious to what extent the parents are involved, because nothing with them would surprise me at this point. Yeah, that's true. Winter's not easy. He will not last long. That's very true. It's going to start getting real cold real fast. You know what, Alicia? It's funny that you say that. So Alicia said, did the parents kill them both? It's funny that you say that, because a lot of people have messaged me on Instagram saying the same exact thing. And that would be weird. That would be a plot twist of the century, right? A podcast is called Mysterious Headlines. You can listen on Google, Apple, and Spotify. Okay, I'm gonna do that, you guys, because I'm all on board for just more awareness, right? It's like we can sit here and complain all day long. Oh, only this person gets covered. Okay, so what steps are we gonna take ourselves to help? Right? That's where it starts. Mysterious Headlines. Okay, girl. I'll check it out. That's awesome. So S. Wilson, he's talking about, like, I don't know if you saw the video of the vloggers who initially saw the white van, and when they kept going past the van, there was a white truck, and people are saying that the people inside the truck kind of looked like Chris's or Brian's parents. So that was kind of That was kind of being thrown out there, so I don't know. I don't know if the FBI has debunked that at all or what. Yeah, I heard he's good in the outdoors. Who knows? He could be out there. But like I said, dead or alive, I hope they at least find him so that otherwise we just always wonder, right? Alexander, my friend Michael Madden's been missing since 96. You're welcome to do something for him. Manual, I will look into that also. Michael Madden, where is he from? Since 96? Okay. We know what happened, but can't prove it. Yeah, that's the problem. Love True Crime Podcast. I will look you up. Yeah, everyone go check her out for sure. Modesto. I think he's dead. How can someone evade detection, survive on his? I know, like I find it very hard to believe too. Like, how can he go this long? Yeah, that's very true. Anyone trying to harbor him would be under insane pressure. I would have a very I would be very surprised if there's someone that's really helping him as far as like a place to stay and stuff, because if they are, whoo-wee, they're in trouble. That is no bueno. Are they looking into friends of Brian, friends who could be helping him with food, extra clothing? I think they've looked into friends and stuff, but I don't think he had that many, to be honest, which is kind of a red flag in itself. Since case from the beginning, I knew he didn't. Makes me sick. Ugh. Modesto. Okay, let me write that down too. Modesto, California. Okay. Brian Eaton. You guys, honestly, he has been awesome and on top of this case like crazy. I follow him on Twitter. And he posts like all the latest updates. Usually I will screenshot a lot of what he says and I'll put it on my Instagram so it's all in one place for you guys. But he's a really good person to follow if you have a Twitter account. He posted a police interview today and he said something about at this point he could be alive or dead and they don't know and haven't found anything at the reserve. It's so frustrating. I think he is hidden somewhere close to his home indoors and ordering everything on. Yeah, and that's the other thing is the parents did say, the lawyer came out and said that they got him a burner phone. They did get him a burner phone, but they are saying that that was the phone that was left at the house because they said that he left his phone and his wallet at the house when he left. So I don't know, you guys. Brian owned a Mustang. He wasted his life. He had it all. I wish I had a girl like, yep, maybe he took it over or make it look like an accident. I know it's so sad. The whole thing. It's like didn't need to happen. The parents were cracked soon. I could not have information and be able to sit in my house while people protest outside my door. I would go insane. Yeah. Like I'm hoping, I'm like, dang, they're actually withstanding a whole lot of this for a while now. And I'm kind of surprised they haven't cracked already. Keep in mind, if this was planned, then he could have already staged his path to freedom with things like food and supplies. Very true, Callie. If this was totally all planned, that's true. Needs very little to survive. Yep, I agree. Tina Brian Eaton is great, and is it Enton? Enton? I don't know how to say the last name. And he tries to be so thorough. He is. He's been working his butt off with this whole case. He's always either at the house or at the reserve, and just giving all sorts of updates. I know Cassie seems sketchy, but I kind of believe her. What do people think of Cassie? I kind of feel bad for her. So I see why you like. Okay, so I was saying earlier how I feel like she is giving half truths. So I do think that I give her a lot of credit for coming out and actually speaking and talking about it because it's more than what her parents are doing. And I appreciated that when they asked her, like, do you think your parents are involved? She said, I don't know. instead of just saying, no, they would never do that, or, whatever. She was like, I don't know. And they asked, like, oh, do you think Brian killed Gabby? And she again said, I don't know. So there are certain things, but I do think there are things that she's not saying, which, whether that be by choice or to protect, or because the FBI has asked her not to say certain things, I don't know. But she has been the only one willing to speak out and talk about it. So I do believe her on some things, but I do think there are things that don't match up, like the whole being at the campsite and not asking about Gabby at all is kind of weird to me. But I don't think that the sister's involved at all. But does she maybe know more than she's letting on? Maybe. Yeah, because she is worried about her kids with the protesters and stuff being out there for sure. She said she couldn't answer certain questions, but she came out to give protesters something because they were scaring her kids. Yeah. Yep. It's pretty crazy, you guys. The whole thing. And I'm like, it's just going to unfold more and more and more. Yeah, she never mentioned asking her parents and Brian at the campground where Gabby went. See, I think that was like the main thing that was weird to me, was the fact that she literally said that she didn't ask about Gabby at all. That's strange to me that didn't come up. Not to mention he could have secretly practiced and learned study on how to survive with minimal supplies. That's true. His sister may be advised not to speculate via a lawyer. Yep. They didn't talk about Gabby because the kids say she knew Gabby was gone. Yeah, which to me is still kind of weird, because if she didn't know Gabby was missing at that time or whatever, like she claims, then I don't see the problem about talking about Gabby. You know what I mean? What do y'all think of Dog the Bounty Hunter? Do you think his intentions are pure, or he wants a new show? Yeah, what do you guys think? I've had mixed reviews. Some people, like I was saying earlier, some people are totally like, oh yeah, Dog's gonna get him, and then other people are like, oh gosh, this is such a show. I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of Dog the Bounty Hunter. I don't know a whole lot about him, so I don't know if this is something that he would do just for clout. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Yeah, they sure don't act like it, Tammy. That's for sure. That his family must not have cared for Gabby at all. They definitely don't act like it. Cassie kept. And the other thing that bugged me about the camping trip is they showed pictures of Brian with Cassie's kids, and he was like all smiley and happy in the pictures. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is like literally after you got back in town from probably murdering your fiance. Dog is too old to have a new show. LOL. With Dog, I think it could be both. Okay. Wouldn't be right without Beth. I think he came in hot and hit a brick wall. I feel like he's also being restricted by the FBI, maybe. Yeah. I think he told too much too soon, and maybe he got reprimanded a little bit. A lot of people say she was killed August 12th. I think she was still alive August 12th. I want to say people are saying the 18th. I've never seen a show, but I will take anyone that is able to find right now. Seriously, it's like if he's really putting in a real effort, who cares? Just find him. I didn't see that, S. Wilson. Yeah, send that to me on my Instagram. Okay, I was thinking that too, Jeff. So Jeff says I'm almost certain that square white thing in the laundry's backyard is a fire pit. That's what it looked like to me too. The only thing I don't know was like the little tube thing coming up, but that might be typical for certain fire pits. You know what I'm saying? So I was just going to look at it again, but I don't have it on my phone. I'll have to look later. Dog provided a bigger reward to add to the reward they were already offering, which is awesome. I feel like it was a hand. Yeah, a lot of people feel like it was a hand, and people were like zooming in and they were slow-moing it and everything. And they're like, look here, this is a hand that like and it I mean, I could see how like in your mind, if you're really thinking, it kind of looks like it could be a hand that just like comes up real quick. I don't know. That would just be so weird though. Yeah, Alicia. He keeps saying that he will, but nothing. Yes, Kelly, let me pull it up on my phone. The thing in the backyard. Let's see. I just had it. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. Okay. Let me see if I can make it bigger. So here's the thing. You're probably not going to see it like super well, but this right here is what they're saying looks like kind of like the underground bunker. To me, it looked like a fire pit, but then there's this like metal tube here that I don't know exactly what that would be, but seemed kind of interesting. I don't know if you can even really tell, but if you Google this, if you Google it, you'll be able to see it probably a little bit better. Can you show picture? Okay. Charles, thanks so much. The thing in the backyard can be in-ground smoker. Oh, that would make sense. Thanks for the super chat, Charles. You're awesome. Who thinks Brian is underground? Who agrees with me? Yeah, what does everyone think? They did search the house, so I don't know if they searched the backyard, the garden. I don't know. And I don't know if they had necessarily, yeah, because they were bringing things out of the house, so I assume they searched it. I think it's a water well, not a fire pit. Okay, that would make sense too. I think Brian's dad is helping looking for him to move them away from where he really is hiding out. Ugh. I would not be surprised, Timothy. At this point, would not be surprised. Yeah, the FBI most wanted guy, I forget his name again. Chris, no, what is it? Yeah, but he's getting the story out there. The grounds in Florida aren't stable enough for underground bunkers, though, or else I'd absolutely believe it. Yeah, that's kind of what I heard too, because of all the water and stuff. That's a stretch. I'm sorry. I know it feels too weird for it to even be true. That's what I'm saying. In my opinion, I don't think it is. I think people are really grasping at straws, maybe. But then at the same time, you're like, could it be? Because this story is just getting weirder and weirder. That's true. That is very true. Wouldn't neighbors know if a large bunker was constructed next door in the past few years? I think they would. Yeah, that, like I said, I think it's kind of a stretch. I don't think that that's where Brian is. John Walsh, thank you. Thank you so much. Storm shelter? If so, I would think that would have been checked pretty early on. Yeah, I don't think he's at the house. Like, that would just be silly to me. Dog is still looking for him as far as we know. Yes, John Walsh he's just awesome. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if I think if he's anywhere, he's somewhere in the wilderness, because that's like the only. But if this hiker is right and it was Brian that he spoke to, that's huge, because that would mean that he's still alive, and not only that, but that he's in a truck. Like, he's not on foot like a lot of us have been thinking, that he's camping out somewhere in the wilderness. He's literally has transportation. But you would think if he gets gas or anything like that anywhere, people would see it right away because of cameras. I mean, he can't get very far in the public eye because so many people know him. I feel like he's in the bunker backyard. Oh man, that would just be a huge plot twist. Brian's dead, leading them away. That could be. I just honestly, I don't think they have any really solid leads. I really don't. I think that they were basing their search in the reserve based off what the parents were telling them. And I don't know if they're looking for someone who's alive or someone who's dead, or if they're looking for proof that he was there or what, because they have really focused on him being at that reserve. So it's hard to say. But I really just don't think that they have any real leads. Yeah, if he's wearing a mask and shades, no one would even notice him, would they? Yeah, yeah. I mean, he could totally be disguising himself. Okay, but imagine if his parents killed both Brian. Yeah, if if it ends up, I mean, at this point, like to me, what they've done to the parents in keeping them like in the dark about all of it is the most disgusting thing ever. So I would not put it past them. I honestly would not. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna hop off now. I'm gonna go watch movies and stuff with the family. So make sure you're following me on Instagram because I do post a lot of my updates over there on stories. Just as I get them, I just post them so that you guys can stay updated. I will be doing another live coming up very soon, and we'll discuss it a little bit more. But offered, yeah, dog offered more money. I know, you guys. There's just so much mystery. Yes, of course, you guys. I love doing these streams, getting your guys' thoughts and opinions on it all too. Thanks for coming in, Paul. I appreciate it. Maybe his parents ate him on a camping trip. Oh my, I don't even want to think about that. Ah, Teresa, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that. Oh, go watch Venom. Yeah, you know what? My boys just went and watched that and they loved it. You guys, I could talk about this all day. That's why I'm like, just want to read what you guys are saying. Okay. Anyways, you guys, come follow me on Instagram, Tina_Phillips_. I'll do updates there, but I will be going live soon. And if there's any like new breaking news, then we'll sit and discuss that as well. So good night, everybody. And we will talk to you guys very soon. Don't forget, Tuesday, I'm going live again for the new movie that we're watching. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my other live stream that I did earlier today. I just want to keep reading your guys' things. But all right. Thanks for joining me, you guys. We'll see you later. Bye.